Am I the asshole defending my husband after a prank went horribly wrong? My husband, Jaden, 26, loves jokes and pranks and stuff. I'll admit I'm not one for them, and find most of them dumb, but our daughter Lucy, 5, loves them. They basically do a bunch of stupid pranks to each other, and to be fair, Jaden does keep it harmless. Last month we got some realistic-looking spider toys with other decorations. Since we got them, Jaden and Lucy have basically taken turns putting them around the house to scare each other or me. I honestly find it annoying, but the two of them love it. Lucy does usually get scared, but when she realizes what it is she laughs and finds it funny or tells her dad off. It's actually adorable when she tells him off though. And Jaden always pretends he is scared even when she gives it away beforehand by giggling and watching him. So about 2 weeks ago Jaden set it to fall on her when she opened her toy box in the playroom. Lucy didn't open it and apparently he forgot it. Later that week we had my family over, including my brother Leon, and my nieces, Tara 3 and Zoe 6, over. Zoe was badly bitten by a spider when she was younger, even had to go to the hospital. Since then she is deathly afraid of them. I would go as far as to call it a phobia. The kids went to play and the spiders fell on them. Zoe completely freaked out and just melted down. We came down and saw what happened. Jaden did apologize and try to cheer her up, but Leon was furious. He basically accused us of doing it on purpose, that we should know better, and just calling us assholes. We did apologize and explained that it wasn't meant for Zoe, but my brother did not listen to him at all. Leon left early with my Sil and nieces, and the whole night was kind of ruined. I've tried to talk to him after, but Leon is still pretty pissed with us. It's been a week and he's still acting like we tried to murder Zoe. I've tried explaining again that it was an accident and mistake. But he basically thinks it's too convenient a mistake, and that if it is, Jaden is still an asshole for being so immature and I'm an asshole for defending him. So now he basically refuses to see us unless Jaden is banned, which is ridiculous. I do feel bad that it went so wrong, and I understand that it was a horrible mistake. But it wasn't meant to happen. It was meant to be for Lucy, who likes these stupid pranks. I think Leon's overreacting and he thinks I just don't really care about my niece. Not the asshole. You've apologized and explained what happened. If he still wants to be mad, then leave him to it. Not the asshole. Your husband and daughter do these silly little japes as a bonding thing, and really hiding a toy spider is so tame in comparison to what I expected when I saw prank in the title. It's unfortunate the niece happened upon it, but stuff like that happens, and her dad is definitely overreacting. He doesn't get to dictate your family dynamic, and he doesn't get to push such ultimatums on your family either. Not the asshole. Wait, he wants you to ban your husband from your house? How is that supposed to work? He needs to get over himself. You have apologized, let him be. When he gets his head out his dollar, he may come around, but until then don't keep running up behind him trying to make him forgive you. You said your piece, the next move is his. Am I the asshole for eating my SIL's gummy bears because I had a pregnancy craving? I'm 26 female, 6 months pregnant. My fiancé Rs 28 male, sister L 20 female, attends a school in our area. She's living with us for a bit, before she moves into a new apartment at the end of this month. I love gummy candy but limiting myself due to my pregnancy. I had a sudden craving for gummy bears yesterday. We had a bag in the pantry that L bought, and there were only a few left. L saw the gummy bears were finished and she got really upset, saying I know she bought them and they were for her. R found out and he got pissed at me too, saying L could have needed them and I could have gone to the store or he could have bought some later. I got kind of emotional and said I didn't think it was such a big deal, and L keeps other candy. L is still upset and R isn't happy either, so am I the asshole? Edit. Yes, you are the asshole. Sil is diabetic. She keeps gummy candy around in case she has low blood sugar, which can be deadly if not treated quickly. You essentially used the last of your Sil's life-saving medication. Info. Is Sil diabetic? Is that why she might need gummy candy? You are the asshole. Being pregnant doesn't mean you're suddenly a big child with zero self-control. You knew those weren't yours, don't eat shit that isn't yours. It's a pretty basic household rule. Reed's post. You are the asshole but everyone seems a bit dramatic. Reed's comments. Sees Sil as diabetic. Fucking hell love, get in the bin. You are the asshole. You didn't ask first and your Sil is diabetic, which means she most likely relies on the gummy bears to keep her blood sugar regulated, which is far more life or death than a pregnancy craving. Am I the asshole for not giving my nibblings gifts since their dad had already stolen gifts from me? So I will begin by saying that I, F28, am on the spectrum. I don't really like children and I definitely do not plan on having any. I own my own house and I allow my parents to live in my basement. It is a fully developed suite, not a dungeon. I have an office in my home. I keep boxes of brand new Lego in my office. Building the kits helps me relax. Afterwards I keep the minifigs and I donate the pieces and plans to a woman's shelter so the kids have something to play with. My brother, his wife, and my niece and nephew have come for a visit and my parents asked me to let them stay with me upstairs so they weren't so crowded. So I said that my brother and sister-in-law could but that the kids should stay downstairs. My office has shelves that are full of minifigs just lined up doing their own thing. No rhyme or reason to it. I call it controlled chaos. It's the only thing I let be disordered in my living area. My brother knows that I had Lego in my office and asked if his kids could play with it because they were bored. I said no. It would drive me nuts if I went to build a set and any piece was missing. I came home on Sunday from my weekly grocery shop and I noticed that several of my sets were missing. So I called my parents and asked them what happened. They said that my brother had taken a couple of sets for his kids since they are just toys. I was upset both that he had gone in my office but also gone against what I said and taken my things. I usually give my niece and nephew nice gifts when they visit. For their birthdays this year I gave each one a Switch. So the family was leaving today and my brother was waiting for me to give them a gift. I gave them each the sets of Lego that they had opened and played with. The kids seemed happy. My brother was upset because my mom had already told him that I had gotten them a PS5. I found a bundle on sale and picked it up. I'm keeping it for myself. He asked if there was any other gift and I said no. That he had already taken their gifts from my office. Now he is upset because his kids didn't get something that I had purchased for them. He said that I'm punishing them for him taking my toys for them to play with and that I'm a cheap and spiteful BH. I think his kids got a couple of $100 worth of toys, and that's a pretty good gift. Especially since he basically stole them. Not the asshole. He's entitled. You might want to get a lock for your office door. It's his job to bring toys for his kids so they don't get bored. Edited. Hopefully your brother learned his lesson and respects your home. Hopefully your parents realize it's more than just toys to you. Thanks for all the upvotes. I think your brother was looking forward to using the PS5 himself. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, and the fact he insulted you after invading your privacy and overstepping your boundaries inside your own home as a guest makes them a giant awe. They would never be welcomed back into my home, and frankly, your parents need to respect your space as well. Your parents share the blame. Not the asshole though. Not the asshole, you set a clear boundary and he violated it. Plus you didn't tell him you bought something else for the kids your mom did. Am I the asshole for locking my children out of my room and refusing to look after them? I, 27F, have 3 children, 8M, 6M, 3F. My partner and I both work, but since my hours are more flexible I've picked up most of the childcare such as dropping the children off at school, childminder, picking them up, taking them park, doing homework etc. as well as 50% housework so meals, ironing etc. My partner will help, after a little nagging as well as usually taking the children out to the park at the weekend. Last week I didn't feel good, but come Saturday and I felt awful dizzy, headaches, hot flashes etc. and was just so tired so I asked my partner to care for the children that day. My 3-year-old is clingy, she gets upset whenever I leave the room as well as going through a phase where apparently the only word she knows is no. My partner was in and out asking for me to handle it. My 6-year-old has a habit of asking me to do something or wear something as whilst not even considering asking their dad. Partner came in and asked if I'd help settle my youngest as she was requesting me. I refused and may have snapped that he's her dad and to leave me alone. I will admit my final fuse was when my 6-year-old came in crying because apparently my 8-year-old was looking at him funny, so I told him to ask his dad and when he left I locked the door. My head was killing me especially around a crying child. My husband woke me up very upset. Apparently at nap time my youngest wouldn't settle without me. My middle child was upset because he thought he'd upset me. My partner was like, I know you're sick, but just offering cuddles to the children would have been nice and I needed help. You know youngest gets upset without you and apparently you're the only one who calms her down. It's not that he's not around that she's unsettled. It's just natural for children to pick one person and the doctors have said she'll grow out of it. My partner is upset. Although even a week later I'm still feeling dizzy with hot flashes. He just wants an apology but I don't feel like I need to. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Your partner needs to grow the fuck up and start being a father. You're entitled to your own time, mama. I'm glad you're feeling better. This was a one-time thing, you were sick, and if anything you can tell your partner you didn't want to be near the children to keep them from getting sick. Unbelievable he couldn't help you out for one day. Not the asshole he's been so uninvolved with his kids he can't settle one for a nap, that's his problem. You needed his help. You have something going on. He can boss up roles reversed you'd be expected to. Not the asshole and I would suggest going to a doctor to figure out what's wrong. Not the asshole. He's their father, not doing you a favor by watching them. Ask him what he'll do if this medical condition turns out to be something serious or requires you to stay in the hospital. Please get yourself checked out and hold your ground on this. You shouldn't have to lock your door to get a minute of rest.